The fifth of the educational videos I am doing is the rights of service animals in the United States. These skits will all star TuxReadyAussie as a service animal in different encounters. If you watched the previous videos, you should be able to find new skits or information in each of the different scenarios. You can find the time steps below if you'd like to see a certain scenario. Please remember this is based on the ADA, ACAA, and FHA rules of the federal government of the USA. If you would like to see the links to these documents, see the description below. Your state may have different laws. Dogs come in all shapes, sizes, and purposes. And this is mine. Welcome to TuxReadyAussie. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, Title III, Section 36.104, Definitions. Service animal means any dog that is individually trained to do work or perform tasks for the benefit of an individual with a disability, including a physical, sensory, psychiatric, intellectual, or other mental disability. Other species of animals, whether wild or domestic, trained or untrained, are not service animals for the purposes of this definition. The work or task performed by a service animal must be directly related to the individual's disability. The crime deterrent effects of an animal's presence and the provision of emotional support, well-being, comfort, or companionship do not constitute work or tasks for the purposes of this definition. Details about miniature horses as service animals is found under ADA Title III, C9. The main legal differences between using a miniature horse instead of a dog are A, the type, size, and weight of the miniature horse, and whether the facility can accommodate these features, and D, whether the miniature horse's presence in a specific facility compromises legitimate safety requirements that are necessary for safe operation. Everything else, including B, whether the handler has sufficient control of the miniature horse, and C, whether the miniature horse is housebroken, is legally the same for both species of service animals. In the 2010 guidance and section-by-section analysis portion of the ADA Title III linked below, the training requirements section mentions that individuals with disabilities may be capable of training, and some have trained their service animals to perform tasks or do work to accommodate their disability. Thus, not only can programs train service animals, but so can the owner-handler of the service animal. Prior to the service animal being fully trained, the trainer may refer to it as in training. The federal government of the United States does not grant public access to in-training service animals. Individual states may grant public access to service animals in training. Do note that states may only add more protections. They cannot remove any protections granted by the ADA. While you're looking up your state laws for service animals in training, feel free to see what legal protection it provides for the public interfering with your service animal. When a dog is considered a service animal, its primary purpose is to perform individually trained tasks or work for an individual with a disability. Service animals that go into the public require temperament that is neutral towards the public, other dogs, and food. They should be able to adapt to new and unfamiliar locations. The training of a service animal includes knowing individually trained tasks or work that mitigates an individual's disability. ADA Title III 36.302C1 states that the service animal may be removed if I, the animal is out of control and the animal's handler does not take effective action to control it, or II, the animal is not housebroken. Though not legally required, Most programs and owner trainers aim for the service animal to pass the CGC, the Canine Good Citizen Urban or equivalent test. When a service animal goes into a pet-friendly location, it may or may not be marked. If it is marked, then the dog is most likely on duty, and it would be best to respect the team by giving space, as pet-friendly locations can be one of the hardest places for service animals to be on duty. If the dog is not marked, this does not mean it is not a service animal, nor does it mean it is on or off duty. Some handlers let their dogs be off duty in pet-friendly locations, but the dog is typically still ready to task when needed, even when off duty. TuxReadyAussie is off leash. And I'm going to put him into a down, hopefully. Down. There we go. We're going to show that I got my leash on me, because I am slightly responsible, but not responsible enough to walk into the store with it on him.
Hello, and welcome to my store.
Hi!
Oh, what a cute little puppy.
Yeah, we're so excited to get some toys from your pet emporium.
Oh, that's great. I happen to see that he's off leash. We do have a leash rule. If I could get you to please put him on the leash.
He's very well behaved, though. See, he's just downing here like a very good dog.
Yes, but for everyone's sake and safety, we do require all animals to be kept on a leash.
All right, I guess I can I do want to keep my dog safe, and I want to keep other dogs safe too. So I guess I will try to put this leash on one-handed. See, the leash is now on.
Thank you. Please come in and enjoy your shopping.
Stand. Yes. Down. 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 Good down.
Hello, and welcome to my store.
Hi, we're so excited to buy some toys from your pet emporium.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, and such a cute puppy you have.
Oh yes, thank you. He's typically well behaved, and he enjoys shopping for his own toys.
Oh, that's great. Well, please come on in and enjoy your shopping.
Stand. Thank you so much.
Yep, you have a nice day.
Let's go to the pet emporium, TuxReadyAussie. Come on, TuxReadyAussie. We're going to the pet emporium to do some training.
Hi, welcome to my store.
Hi. We're here to look at some toys.
That's great. I see you have a lovely puppy here.
Mhm.
Come on in. And may I pet him?
Yeah, we're doing some exposure training, so he may not be so inclined, but if you listen to the instructions I tell you, it should go well for both you and him.
Of course. What would you like me to do?
Well, first I'm going to get him to sit, and then once he's sitting, I will let you approach him. If he does stand up, such as what he just did, I would like to reposition him so that he is always sitting, and if he does seem to be a little bit off, then I just want you to back up and respect his space.
Okay.
You may now approach.
Hi there.
Yes.
So good boy.
Yes.
All right. Please enjoy your shopping.
Thank you.
I hope I helped your training.
That was a very positive experience for him. All right. TuxReadyAussie and I are going to the Pet Emporium. Let's go. With me?
Oh, hello there, and welcome to my store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a cute puppy you have there. Can I pet him?
No, sorry. He's actually working right now. He needs to focus on me, and as you can tell, he can be easily distracted. So let me refocus him. Position.
Oh, of course. I'm terribly sorry. I don't
Position.
mean to distract him.
Position. Good. With me.
Please enjoy your shopping.
Thank you. When a service animal goes into a non-pet friendly location, it must be housebroken and under the handler's control. It is the handler's responsibility to ensure the dog meets this criteria. Service animals are not required to be visibly marked in any way as a service animal. In ADA Title III 36.302C4, under control is use of a harness, leash, tether, or other means if the disability or task interferes with the use of these items. The two ADA questions are found in C6 and are to be asked if it is not readily apparent what an animal is trained to do work or perform tasks for an individual with a disability. Example, the dog is observed guiding an individual who is blind or has low vision, pulling a person's wheelchair, or providing assistance with stability or balance to an individual with an observable mobility disability. A public accommodation may ask if the animal is required because of a disability and what work or tasks the animal has been trained to perform. A public accommodation shall not require documentation, such as proof that the animal has been certified, trained, or licensed as a service animal. A public accommodation shall not ask about the nature or extent of a person's disability. It is important to note that if a service animal becomes out of control due to provocation from a member of the public, the handler should regain control as quickly as possible, and the public entity should determine the best action to prevent a repeat incident. Even if the non-pet friendly location initially allowed the service animal into their store, they can still have the animal removed. This can be found in C2, where it says a public accommodation may ask an individual with a disability to remove a service animal from the premises if I. The animal is out of control and the animal's handler does not take effective action to control it, or II. The animal is not housebroken. Should the service animal be removed from the store, the individual with a disability shall have the opportunity to return without the animal as mentioned in C3. I do want to make everyone aware that service animals are living beings and can have off days. This does not excuse uncontrollable behaviors from a dog. This does mean that if the service animal gets excluded one day, it is allowed to accompany its handler on another day. If the service animal is repeatedly not controlled in the non-pet friendly location, please contact the DOJ, Department of Justice, to get guidance for that one service animal team. This information can be found halfway down page 7 of the FHA document linked in the description. All right, we're going to approach our favorite restaurant. Let's go, TuxReadyAussie.
Hello, and welcome to my restaurant.
Hi.
Hi, I see you have a nice dog here. Is he a service animal?
Yeah, he provides a service.
Okay, what task has he been trained to perform?
He does protection work for me and it comforts me.
Okay, well, unfortunately, according to ADA regulations, protection work is not a legitimate task, and for the safety of my staff and everyone else, I'm going to have to ask you to please remove yourself and the animal from the premises.
Oh, okay. Um, I guess. But he's under control. He only does it when I tell him to.
Even so, for the safety of my staff and for everyone else, I'm going to have to ask him to please leave.
Okay. TuxReadyAussie. Let's go. With me? Yes. So TuxReadyAussie and I are going to go to our favorite restaurant in town. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to my restaurant.
Hi. Yeah, we want to be seated inside.
All right, and I see that you have a nice dog here. Is he a service dog?
Yes.
Okay, and what task has he been trained to perform?
He comforts me. He comforts me in anxiety episodes.
Okay, and is there a task that he's been trained to perform for that?
He does it naturally. Whenever I start feeling anxiety, he just licks my hand naturally.
Okay, unfortunately, that would label him as an emotional support animal, not a service dog. So I can't have you stay inside, but we do have a patio that you could stay at. Or if you'd prefer, I can do a to-go order.
I guess we'll do the to-go order because I thought your patio was under construction.
We do have a couple of open seats, but yes, it is currently under construction. So let me give you a menu so you can make a to-go order.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
We're gonna go to our favorite restaurant in town, TuxReadyAussie. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hello and welcome to my restaurant. Right
Hi.
this way to be seated.
Thank you. And now we're sitting and we're eating and we're just eating and we're more or less enjoying our own time eating our food.
Excuse me, ma'am. We have been getting reports that your dog has been misbehaving.
Oh, in what way?
Just that he's been walking around without staying under the table. Is he a service dog?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, and what task has he been trained to perform?
He's trained to lie on my feet.
He does not appear to be doing said task very well.
Well, he doesn't always have to task. He only has to task in the moment that I need him to lie on my feet.
All right. Well then, please enjoy the rest of your meal.
All right. And now we're done with our appetizers and our entrees come out, and my dog gets distracted by a cat.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're still getting word that your dog has been misbehaving, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask your dog to leave.
Oh, but my entree just arrived.
And you're free to stay and eat once you take your dog outside, but unfortunately, with the dog not maintaining, without you properly maintaining control of your animal, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask them to leave.
But it's so hot outside.
And I understand that, but this is something I have to do for the safety of my restaurant and everyone else working here.
Can I take my food to go?
Yes, of course you can.
All right. Grabs food, walks out. TuxReadyAussie and I are going to our favorite restaurant, and let's see how that goes. Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to my restaurant.
Hi.
Oh, I see you have a lovely puppy here today.
Mhm.
Is your dog a service animal required for a disability?
Yes.
All right, and what task has he been trained to perform?
Medical alert.
Okay, is there a specific task that he has been trained to perform?
Oh, right. Thank you. He paws at my leg when I need to sit down.
All right. Well, right this way to your seat.
Thank you.
Can I get you started with the water?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll get that out to you right away.
Good boy. Good. And we've paid the bill. Let's go. With me? At, back. I would like at least one good exit. Back. Try again. Back. Good. TuxReadyAussie and I are going to be going to our favorite restaurant today so I can enjoy a meal.
Oh, hello there, and welcome to the Irish pub.
Hi.
Hi there. Oh, what a
Good
lovely puppy you
boy.
have there. Is he a service dog?
Yes.
Awesome. And what task has he been trained to perform?
He has been trained to lie on my feet as a medical alert.
Awesome. Come right this way to your seat.
With me? Good boy. With me? I know all the grass smells. This is a very interesting restaurant you have with all this grass.
Oh, yes, thank you. I like to believe that I'm a bit of a druid myself.
Mm. So I do like how all your food is very natural and all that, and comes from natural beings and not made up.
Yes, that is exactly the point of my restaurant, to be as close to nature as possible.
All right. Are we done eating? Let's go. Nope, we're not doing that right now. Back. Try again. Back. Good. With me?
I hope you enjoyed your food.
Thank you. So TuxReadyAussie and I are going to our restaurant in town today. Let's go. TuxReadyAussie. Leave it. Let's go. Hold.
Hello, and welcome to my restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see you have a lovely puppy here today. Is he a service dog trained for a disability?
Yes.
All right, and what task has he been trained to perform?
He's trained to jump on me when I do a certain behavior.
All right, well, in that case, right this way to your seat.
With me.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. Let's go. Good boy. Under ADA Title III, Section 36.102, E. Exemptions and exclusions. This part does not apply to any private club except to the extent that the facilities of the private club are made available to customers or patrons of a place of public accommodation or to any religious entity or public entity. ADA Title III, Section 36.207, places of public accommodation located in private residences. A. When a place of public accommodation is located in a private residence, the portion of the residence used exclusively as a residence is not covered by this part, but that portion used exclusively in the operation of the place of public accommodation, or that portion used both for the place of public accommodation and for residential purposes, is covered by this part. B. The portion of the residence covered under paragraph A of this section extends to those elements used to enter the place of public accommodation, including the homeowner's front sidewalk, if any, the door or entryway, and hallways, and those portions of the residence, interior or exterior, available to and used by customers or clients, including restrooms. To learn what is considered a public accommodation, please check out ADA Title III, Section 36.104. TuxReadyAussie. Let's go meet our new friend. Let's go.
Hey there, Brenda. How you doing?
Good. So we're good to go watch some movies today?
Of course. I didn't realize you were going to be bringing TuxReadyAussie along.
Yeah. I guess it didn't cross my mind to ask. I figured everyone knew I brought my dog with me.
Oh, well, I mean, we're kind of new friends. I didn't realize you did that. I don't mind. Just give me a heads up next time, okay?
All right, sure.
Yeah, come on.
With me? Remember, we're going on our walk to go visit our neighbor. 'Cause you enjoy your walks, and our neighbor typically enjoys seeing you. Let's go. Good.
Oh, hello there, Brenda.
Hi.
Hey there, TuxReadyAussie. How are you two doing today?
Good. Just going on his daily walk that you know that we typically go on, and I wanted to stop by and say hi, and maybe we can grab some tea.
Oh, I would love to, but unfortunately, my niece is over and she's unfortunately really afraid of dogs, so I can't allow TuxReadyAussie in.
Oh, I guess maybe I haven't mentioned this before, but he's a task-trained service dog.
Even so, this is my private residence, and with my niece being afraid of dogs, I'm afraid I'm just gonna have to say I can't allow him in.
Oh. Well, I guess now that I remember, the ADA does only cover public places, so um, I, I guess we'll have to catch you later then.
Yeah, my niece is only gonna be here for today, so if you want to stop by tomorrow, go right ahead.
Sounds good. We'll do that.
All right, see you tomorrow.
TuxReadyAussie. Let's go. Good. TuxReadyAussie and I called our friend yesterday and told them we're going to stop by and hang out. Let's go see him. Hi.
Oh, hey, Brenda, there you are.
Yeah.
Hey, TuxReadyAussie.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you allow us to stop by, and I'm sure we're gonna have lots of fun with our dogs playing and us just playing games.
Yeah, it sounds like great fun.
Awesome. Let's go.
Come on in.
In the HUD Assistance Animals Notice 2020, Part 1 talks about allowing service animals as defined in the ADA as a reasonable accommodation to tenant. In the guidance, it focuses on the service animal being a dog. The two ADA questions may be asked only if the individually trained task or work is not readily apparent upon observing the dog. The examples given for readily apparent are guiding an individual who is blind or has low vision, pulling a wheelchair, providing assistance with stability or balance to an individual with an observable mobility disability. If the dog is determined to be a service animal, the FHA states that the reasonable accommodation to allow the dog without a pet fee be granted. TuxReadyAussie, are you ready for us to go get our new apartment and sign the lease? Let's go.
Hello there, and you must be Brenda?
Yeah.
Hi, Brenda. My name's John. Pleasure to
Hi.
meet you.
Yeah, and I looked at the apartment online and I'm interested in applying for it, and it said it was pet friendly. So
Yep, that is correct.
I hope you don't mind that I brought my pet along just so you can see and verify my pet.
Not at all. I would need to see him eventually. And what's his name?
TuxReadyAussie.
Oh, hello there, TuxReadyAussie. How are you doing? All right, well, come on in. We'll get the paperwork all settled. And I do want to inform you that there is a pet charge for this location. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, assuming the fee is what I saw online, it's reasonable for the location.
Yep. All right. Then just go ahead and sign here. All right. Here's the keys to your new house.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, where should I let my dog bathroom?
There's a park around the block that you could go to, and there's a nice spot in the backyard, but I just request that you go ahead and pick up after him when he does go out in the backyard.
Very easy to do.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. You have a nice day.
Thank you. Freddie Aussie and I are going to go get an apartment for us to live in. Let's go.
Hello there. You must be Brenda.
Yeah.
Well, my name is John, and I see here that you have a dog with you, but on the application you chose a house that does not allow animals.
He is not considered a pet under the FHA.
Oh, so is he a service animal?
Yes.
Okay, and what task has he been trained to perform?
He retrieves my medical aids inside the house, so he mostly stays at home because that's where his tasks are. So he will be not going out in public with me too often, but he is trained to mitigate my disability by retrieving my medical aids when I cannot get them myself.
All right. Well, with FHA regulations, I will have to ask for some form of documentation from a doctor if you're able to provide that.
I will get you. I can get that to you in about a week's time at worst.
All right, perfect. In that case, let's go ahead and start the paperwork.
Okay. Yeah. You're not really wanting to face the same direction as me, are you? All right. And paperwork is now signed. Thank you.
Yep.
The airport itself falls under the ADA Title III regulations, so review the non-pet friendly section if you have any questions. If you read the linked ADA Title III for anything in regards to the ACA, please note that the ADA was last modified prior to the recent ruling of the ACAA. The airplanes fall under the ACAA, which has an effective date of January 11th, 2021, and was updated due to public safety and property damage concerns. In addition to adopting the ADA Title III service animal definition, the ACAA's executive summary states it allows airlines to recognize emotional support animals as pets rather than service animals, and permits airlines to limit the number of service animals that one passenger can bring on board an aircraft to 2 service animals. The final rule also allows airlines to require passengers with a disability traveling with a service animal to complete and submit to the airline a form developed by DOT attesting to the animal's training and good behavior and certifying the animal's good health. For flight segments of 8 hours or more, the rule allows airlines to require passengers to complete and submit a DOT form attesting that the animal has the ability either not to relieve itself on a long flight or to relieve itself in a sanitary manner. In addition, this final rule allows airlines to require a service animal user to provide these forms up to 48 hours in advance of the date of travel if the passenger's reservation was made prior to that time. As an alternative, airlines may require a passenger with a disability seeking to travel with a service animal in the cabin to provide the forms at the passenger's departure gate on the date of travel. However, the final rule prohibits airlines from requiring that a passenger physically check in at the airport solely on the basis that the individual is traveling with a service animal, thus ensuring that service animal users are not prevented from enjoying the same convenience-related benefits provided to other passengers, such as online and curbside check-in. Service animal users may use the online check-in process available to the general public. Prior to you watching the skits, I want to share that the skits are based on videos done by handlers on YouTube. In the skits, it shows going to the check-in counter to retrieve a proper ticket, From what you just heard, that does not seem like it is a required part of the procedure. Comment below if you have experience with this aspect. Speaking of videos from handlers, I have linked a video of a handler going over the new Department of Transportation, DOT, forms for flying with a service animal. Alright, TuxReadyAussie, we're going to go to the kiosk at the airport to go get our ticket. And we're right here at the kiosk, TuxReadyAussie, if you want to come back. Thank you. There we go. Button pushing. Now we're pushing all the buttons. And now we have our ticket. This way.
Hello there. Oh, what a nice
Back.
dog.
Back. Almost. Back. I guess that works. It's not quite a back, but...
What a nice dog. All right, can I see your ticket, please?
Here you go.
Thank you. All right, now unfortunately I see that this ticket does not state him as a service dog.
Well, he is. I don't know why it doesn't say that. I know I spoke to the agents on the phone before I even got here.
Did you see someone up front or did you go to the kiosk?
I went to the kiosk.
That'd be why. They've started doing a new updated ticket that actually states when the animal is a service animal. I'm going to need that updated ticket. If you want to go back and talk to one of the people at the front desk, they'll be happy to get that updated for you. And when you come back, I'm perfectly fine with allowing you to come through the priority boarding lane.
I think I have heard something called TSA Cares that also would help me get to the front as well. I just didn't know how to find them, so maybe the front clerk can help me as well.
Yes, they will be able to help you with that as well.
All right, thank you.
Here you go.
Let's go to the front desk. Let's go. TuxReadyAussie, it's time to go to the front desk to get our ticket. All right.
Hello and welcome to Orbital Octopus Airlines. How can I assist you today?
I am here to check in, and yes, this is a service dog. I filled out the Department of Transportation forms online.
All right, and did you bring those forms in with you today?
Yeah. Grabs from bag, gives to you.
Thank you. All right, I'll go ahead and put this onto your ticket. And here you go. This should allow you to get through TSA with relative ease.
Thank you. And I also have my luggage that's supposed to be free because it carries medical equipment in it.
All right, yep. That's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and bring that on the plane, or do you want me to store that for you under the plane?
Well, see, it's too big to go on the plane, so I'm pretty sure it needs to go under the plane.
Fair enough. Let me get that checked in for you.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's go to our plane.
Enjoy your flight.
Thank you. TSA agent, here's my ticket. It says the right thing. In ADA Title II, a public entity means 1. Any state or local government, 2. Any department, agency, special purpose district, or other instrumentality of a state or states or local government, and 3. The National Railroad Passenger Corporation and any commuter authority as defined in Section 103(8) of the Rail Passenger Service Act. ADA Title II, Subpart B, Section 35.1307 talks about reasonable modifications for individuals with disabilities. It says, I, a public entity, shall make reasonable modifications in policies, practices, or procedures when the modifications are necessary to avoid discrimination on the basis of disability, unless the public entity can demonstrate that making the modifications would fundamentally fundamentally alter the nature of the service, program, or activity. II, a public entity is not required to provide a reasonable modification to an individual who meets the definition of disability solely under the regarded as prong of the definition of disability at section 35.108A1 ADA Title II, Subpart B, Section 35.136F states that the public entity asks the two questions to only the service animal teams that do not have readily apparent tasks or work. Title II, 2010 Guidance and Section-by-Section Analysis, Subpart B, discusses the perceived requirement of having recent proof from a mental health professional in regards to psychiatric service animals to ensure it is legitimate. The response to this requirement is that the department believes that this proposal would treat persons with psychiatric, intellectual, and other mental disabilities less favorably than persons with physical or sensory disabilities. The proposal would also require persons with disabilities to obtain medical documentation and carry it with them anytime they seek to engage in ordinary activities of life in their communities, something individuals without disabilities have not been required to do. Accordingly, the department has concluded that a documentation requirement of this kind would be unnecessary, burdensome, and contrary to the spirit, intent, and mandates of the ADA. If you are a handler of a service animal, contact the Equal Employment Opportunity EEO representative in your company's Human Resources Department to begin the Reasonable Accommodation RA process. Even though service animals are well trained to assist their handler with their disability, they may not be prepared for an unexpected emergency. Depending on the incident, the service animal may also be injured and need medical treatment. If the service animal is unharmed and behaving as it should, the service animal can accompany its handler to the hospital in the ambulance as long as its size does not interfere with the medical assistance required. Oh, my ankle is hurting. I'm glad you're here to help with all the blood.
Hi, ma'am. Unfortunately, with the way your dog is acting right now, I won't be able to come any closer until animal control arrives or you can take him under control.
I mean, he's only stressed. You can only imagine how stressed he is about my ankle being bloody.
I perfectly understand, but for my safety, I need him either to be calm or I have to wait for animal control before I can help you.
Okay, well, I guess how long until animal control gets here? I'm almost out of blood.
My partner's calling them now. The only thing I can do is tell you to put pressure on your ankle as best you can to try and slow down the blood loss.
Okay. I guess I am doing that now.
Okay? All right. Ma'am, I've just got word animal control is here. They'll be able to take the dog and I can start assisting you as soon as they take him to a safe distance.
Okay.
All right.
Dog goes away.
Yep. All right, let me see here. And I do believe that we're going to have to take you to the hospital now.
Okay, I'm guessing he can't go since he's with animal control.
Unfortunately, with the way he is acting, animal control will be the ones to take him, but he is in good hands. Animal control has licensed vet staff that can help him calm down, get some water and food while you're at the hospital.
All right. And is there any reason I should be concerned if I'm in the hospital for more than a day?
They do have couple day wait where they'll hold him free of charge. Depending on the situation, you might be able to talk with them, but unfortunately I'm not part of animal control, so I can't give you a guaranteed yes or no for cost.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My ankle is killing me. It's bleeding everywhere.
I see you have a dog with you. Is he a service dog, ma'am?
No.
All right. Unfortunately, he's in my way at the moment. Do you think you could get him off of you?
I guess let me try. Not really.
Okay. Do you mind if my partner takes him just off to a little bit?
He typically is good with strangers. You can definitely try.
Okay. Let me get him to go with my partner. Come on. Come on.
Off.
Come on.
Good. Off.
All right. Now let me go ahead and look at your ankle here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we are going to have to take you to the hospital at this time.
All right. What's gonna happen with him?
Well, we can either see if firefighters are willing to watch him. If not, you'll need to call someone, or we'll need to call animal control.
Well, what do you think, TuxReadyAussie? Do you think you'll enjoy your time at animal control?
He does seem to be a little bit stressed, and they'll be able to look him over and help him calm down with their trained vet staff. So that might be our best option.
All right. Let's go with that then.
All right. Therefore, I'll go ahead and call animal control.
Thank you. This is TuxReadyAussie. I am currently being seen by the emergency services for an injured ankle.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
So I see you have a dog there. Is he a service dog by any chance?
Yes.
All right, perfect. As long as he stays out of my way, he's free to stay right where he is.
Awesome. He'll do just that.
All right. All right. After taking a look at your ankle, I'm going to have to take you into the hospital. Do you have someone that can come and take your dog for you?
Not at the moment.
All right. Do you think he'll be okay in the front seat?
He rides well in the car.
Okay. I can't have him in the back because of his size. He's just going to be in my way too much. But if he's going to be comfortable in the front seat, we can bring him in there.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's go.
All right, and I will plan to call someone in the rig to pick him up when I get there.
Sounds like a plan.
ADA Title II 2010 Guidance and Section-by-Section Analysis, Subpart B. The Department follows the guidance of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, on the use of service animals in a hospital setting. Zoonotic diseases can be transmitted to humans through bites, scratches, direct contact, arthropod vectors, or aerosols. Consistent with CDC guidance, it is generally appropriate to exclude a service animal from limited access areas that employ general infection control measures such as operating rooms and burn units. Service animals can be excluded from certain areas of zoos or national parks due to the impact that the site of the service animal may have on other animals' prey, predator, drive, or the fragility of the environment that is restricted to others. A person with a service animal may not be denied from a public accommodation due to another person's fear or allergy to the service animal. If the person with the fear or allergy is an employee, then the handler can be notified to respect the area the employee works in, or the employee can be given a break for the duration of the handler's visit. All right, TuxReadyAussie and I work in a building that has a lab space, and we actually spoke to the lab technician yesterday, and he said he might be able to show us some of the techniques he uses. Let's go see if we can get that tour, right? Hi, we're here to learn about the blood work process and how they look at the hemoglobins.
All right. Can I see your credentials?
Yeah, here you go.
All right, thank you.
And he also has one too, because that's policy here at the hospital.
All right.
Because he's a service dog.
Unfortunately, even as a service dog, he's not allowed to come back here because it's a sterile environment and the risk of cross-contamination is too high.
But the guy yesterday saw me with him and said I could come back and see how hemoglobins are read.
I'm sure he said that, and I'm sure you can go back there. Unfortunately, because of the risk of damaging or destroying test samples, he cannot go back there. If you want, I can watch him here while you go back, or I can go and grab the person you're here to see and have him come out here and talk to you.
I guess I do have an approved kennel for when I am doing like OR rotations. So I guess I can go ahead and put him in that kennel, and then I guess this is the same as an OR.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I guess I'll go put him in the kennel then.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, I'll let your friend know that you were here.
Thank you. ADA Title III, Section 36.1047 states that a terminal, depot, or other station used for specified public transportation is considered a public accommodation. Section 36.310 Transportation provided by public accommodations gives detailed information about what counts as a transportation service, reasonable removal of barriers, and safety requirements. In reference to Section 36.310, the 1991 preamble and section-by-section analysis states, the section applies to any fixed route or demand-responsive transportation system operated by a public accommodation for the benefit of its clients or customers. The major rideshare companies allow the driver to ask the two questions before allowing the service animal into the vehicle. If there is an issue for driver or passenger, contact the companies so they can take appropriate action to address the issue. It is part of the driver's responsibility to allow task-trained service animals into their vehicle. So TuxReadyAussie and I, hi, yeah, we ordered a ride so that we can go to see the museum today. So let's go see about that ride. I think they just pulled up. Hi, I'm here for the ride I ordered.
All right. Fortunately, I can't allow the dog in.
Why? Did I not order through XYZ company?
You did, but this is my private vehicle and I don't want any animals in there.
You did read their website before you signed up for them, right?
Yes.
They have a clause about service animals, and he is a service animal.
Yes, and I was not aware that he would be here, which if I was, I wouldn't have taken the order.
I don't have to tell you about him.
Well, still, at this point, I'm going to deny you and cancel the ride.
All right, I guess I'll have to go call XYZ company, and I know they take this very seriously.
Go right ahead.
TuxReadyAussie and I ordered a ride from XYZ Corporation, and we are... Ooh, there comes the ride. Let's go. Hi, we're here for our ride.
All right. Unfortunately, I don't allow dogs in my car.
He is a service dog.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, come right this way.
All right, thank you. ADA Title II 2010 Guidance and Section-by-Section Analysis Subpart B. A service animal may accompany its handler to such areas as admissions and discharge offices, the emergency room, inpatient and outpatient rooms, examining and diagnostic rooms, clinics, rehabilitation therapy areas, the cafeteria and vending areas, the pharmacy, restrooms, and all other areas of the facility where healthcare personnel, patients, and visitors are permitted without added precaution. And the responsibility for supervision and care of a service animal subsection. It reads, the department recognizes that there are occasions when a person with a disability is confined to bed in a hospital for a period of time. In such an instance, the individual may not be able to walk or feed the service animal. In such cases, if the individual has a family member, friend, or other person willing to take on these responsibilities in the place of the individual with disabilities, the individual's obligation to be responsible for the care and supervision of the service animal would be satisfied. Service animals are allowed in most areas of the hospital. Please watch the sterile and restricted locations section to learn the exceptions. If the handler is in the hospital, the service animal may be with the handler if the person is still able to care for it, or if another non-staff person is able to care for the animal's basic needs.